Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. I'm Caster MJ, and along with me, I have Cryptid Nation News.
How's it going?
As well as Deadly.
Hello, guys.
And as always, before we get into it this week, I just want to remind everybody that this podcast is sponsored by Immortal Workshop. Immortal is a partner with Metazoo, so if you're shopping Metazoo, why not shop at Immortal Workshop? You'll find an affiliate link in the description below. Or if you're just shopping on his website, immortalworkshop.com, you could use code Caster's Corner at checkout, and that'll let them know that you came from us. And with that, we'll just get into this week's episode, which is on the few spoilers that we got on Native so far.
The very few.
Very few.
At the time of recording this, there are 2 spoilers with functionality.
Yes.
And we
That's
will
the important part.
Yeah, and we'll be going over them one by one. There have been more artwork spoilers, but that would be just completely speculation at this point. We don't even know the beasties' names or anything like that. So we're just going to stick to the 2 that we now know what the functionality is on them. And with that, Deadly, why don't you read us the first one, the light water one?
All right. So we have a native beastie. It's the first one I've seen. All right. So we have a beastie deity, Adaby. Hopefully that's the way to say it.
Sounds right to me.
It has 60 LP. It's a 4-cost aura, or 4 aura cost with 2 water, 2 light. So it's completely split with no neutral. It has fleet, and then it also has a Terra bonus of daytime and raining, with a daytime LP boost of 20, and then raining is 20 for the attack. So it goes into, it has a contract ability with a little 4th wall star. Destroy all beastie tokens, period. If you are wearing an Adaby pendant, comma, place all opposing beasties in the arena with an aura cost of 2 or less into their owner's chapter. If a real rainbow is within eyesight, place all non-aura pages opposing casters control into their chapters.
Why didn't you say that?
That's... I know, I didn't... because when we were talking about this, sometimes when you have a period and a comma, the comma is not as important. I feel like the period, though, is very important on when the sentence ends, so that we know that it's going to be
something new, new direction.
It's like, hey, take that action, no question. Take that action, period.
And then move on to the next thing.
That's why I said destroy all beastie tokens, period. Like, that's it. Like, you're doing that no matter what. You contract this beastie, and all of them are gone. Doesn't matter if you're doing this 4th wall, if you're doing that 4th wall. So that's why I said it.
That's just fun to pick on. It's weird to say comma in a sentence.
I know, that one I shouldn't have done.
Before we continue, I just want to say that there's something really cool that they're doing with Native, and I kind of hope they move forward with this, because cryptid names are always so complicated to know what's right. Like, you know, Piasa bird versus Piasa bird. If you look at the flavor text, it gives you the phonetic, how to sound it out, Utabe. And it's from the Taino tribe. So not only do they show you how to say it, Utabe, or Utabe.
You said Utabe.
Yeah, I think it's Utabe.
Regardless of whether there's the syllables in there, people are still gonna mess it up.
Still gonna mess it up.
The breakdown.
But I think it's Utabe, and I just think it's really cool that they're like showing us how to say it. Is this the first set they're doing that?
I pronounce common words wrong. So I mean,
yeah, dude, he's over here, Cryptid Nation.
It's in my blood. If it's just, I don't know. It's passed down to me genetically, where we can't pronounce words right.
Yeah, we're definitely still going to get it wrong, but I thought it was interesting that they're making an effort to actually portray how it's supposed to be said and where the root is from.
I think that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Like I was saying, this is the first time I've ever seen it, so this must be very new.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they got rid of a date of birth for some. I don't know if it's for all of these or some of these, and they replaced it with origin in the gold bar in the center.
Yeah, I see that there. I didn't notice
It's
that.
probably controversy. It's probably a big controversy of who saw what first and when. So if you start going back into the lore of some of these cryptids, there's probably one. Well, this one they have no idea what it was, but they kind of sounds like it was this one.
Yeah.
And for
that.
Utabe specifically, it's one of two supreme ancestral spirits for the Taino.
Yeah, I was reading. I was gonna ask from Taino. I don't know what that is.
Probably a
Taino's
native tribe.
Tribe.
It's probably a native tribe.
Okay.
Or religion, in the Taino religion.
I really like the native symbol. I just want to point that out. I think it's different than every other symbol that we've seen so far. Yeah, I like it. I really like it.
Or is that what it's called? A tomahawk? Or what's the thing?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if that's what it's called.
Because a tomahawk I thought was actually maybe like a knife or something.
It's the Native American thing where like the heads are stacked on top of
The
each
totem
other.
pole?
Totem pole.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, that sounds.
That's what we needed.
Right.
We need.
Yeah. So what do you
need
guys
the
think that
educated
is? I think the bottom is Sinkhole Sam.
That's what you think?
I think the bottom's Sinkhole Sam. And I think the top is either Thunderbird or Kets.
I was thinking the
it's more
bottom.
like Thunderbird, but
I was thinking the bottom was Piazza Bird.
Does Piazza doesn't have like the stuff coming off his head, does he? Like the feathery stuff out? Just Sinkhole.
The way I remember he does. I don't know. I've been wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But Deadly, did you get done reading the card? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sinkhole Sam
have...
has the like a hair coming off of his neck.
I could see. Yeah, well, I mean, Sinkhole.
All we have to know is we have Sinkhole Sam from Cryptid Nation, and then we have the rendition from the Toy Geek Hut. Like, that looked nothing like Sinkhole Sam, in my opinion. In the one that I know from Cryptid Nation. So this could very well be one.
Invasion Toys.
I'm
sorry. What did I say?
I don't know.
Toy Hut something?
Weenie Hut Juniors.
And, geez, I almost knocked over my water. That would have been horrible. But no, it I don't know how well this is coming through with the green screen on, but it does have the spikes.
That's good.
No, it does. Yeah, no, I see that.
No, it very much looks like this one. I can see that one
Yeah.
being kind of compared to this one on the native set symbol.
So finish reading this card here, Deadly.
All right. Just got a little bit left. I got the attack. It's called Sun and Rain. It's a base 30. And all Terra bonuses for... It's going to test me here. Lake, river, raining, and daytime. Game plus 20 until the end of this turn. So all Terra bonuses for lake, river, raining, and sun, daytime. Gain 20. So do they actually have to be... They have to be active, right?
They'd have to be active.
Yeah.
Because it's not all cards with Terra bonuses for those. It's all Terra bonuses.
So
it'd be anything that's active.
So if So if raining is out with this, its attack would be doing 30 plus 40. Is that how I'm reading that? Okay.
Yes, but it covers every single
other
beastie.
one too. Yes.
Even opposing beasties as well, because it doesn't specify.
But just until the end of that owner's turn.
It specifies to the specific Terra bonus. So it would be
so if they're swinging back with one of them, yeah, you could be in trouble too.
This is dangerous. This is dangerous to play.
It definitely can be.
But it's fleet. I have another topic for after we go over these cards, but it's still got the dual aura, like heavy dual split, like 2/2. And you can have 2 per spell book. I wouldn't want many of those 2/2s with the aura split in the deck with the current access to aura. But with that being said, there's more to this set. that we already talked about. But
yeah, the fusion auras are all going to be Earth-based this set, so you're not going to get too much help there, I don't think.
They're all going to be Earth, like no doubt whatsoever.
No doubt, it's been confirmed. They're all going to be.
So they're not going to be as crazy as I'd like them to be as of yet, but it's going to open the door to a lot of different things when they start doing those dual auras like that.
Right.
First off, just allowing you to play the cards that have the dual aura of the set or of the type, but secondly, it's just like opening the doors right now for Earth to enter into all the sets. So now I can like drop Earth cards and the tarot cards and stuff like that and all the sets. Like, so I'm heavily excited for the duels.
Yeah. I said it last video. I'm excited to just be able to drop Cement Snake into anything and nullify the fleet. No, I'm going to nullify fleet right there. So, sorry, Barbecue Sam.
Well, now, I mean, in my opinion, I think now it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to do like Humple Dumple into anything. You know what I mean? You could even like switch it up, like like going on gameplay, but I find it hard to do heavy Earth and then drop in dark with Humple Dumples because it's 2 and 1, 2 dark, 1 Earth. I believe, right? Or I'm mixing it up. It's 2 Earth, 1 dark.
2 Earth, 1 dark.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
So I find it hard to put it in the Earth deck. So I was thinking about it. I made the dark deck.
Dark deck, yep.
And it's hard to make a dark deck with Humple Dumples as being like a heavy beastie in there. And I really want to. I think he's super strong.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what the Fusion Aura, the spellbook limit on those is going to be. Whether it's going to be like you can only have 2 Fusion Auras, or if it's you can only have, 2 of a certain Fusion Aura, like 2 of the Earth Water and 2 of the Earth Lightning.
Yeah.
If it's the latter, right? You could, assuming you don't need anything that needs basic aura, if you could just fill up your spellbook auras with the dual auras, you could have a primarily Earth spellbook and splash in so much from basically any other color, multiple colors, to be able to do that. So
Earth is already scary. It's getting scarier, and I think it's going to be pretty much on top once Native comes out. Honestly, especially with the help of all those fusion auras, which again we don't know exactly how they'll function, but it's only going to help out, that aura type.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If it's all being mixed with that. So this though, I don't really read too much into the cards now ahead of time because I know we're going to be like talking about them on the podcast and stuff like that. So this morning, actually, Ian and I were just like chit-chatting with one another, and I was telling him how I was excited to build a Dingbell deck once I get my Christmas ornaments, which I still don't have yet. They should be arriving tomorrow. And he was telling me how this card will be a nuisance for me. And my response to him was, I'll try to figure something out. You know what I mean? And I was just joking around. And I was like, maybe I'll do Lightning Light so I could just banish it. But now I'm seeing it's a contract ability, and banish wouldn't even work. The contract ability would still go through, and all my Dingbell tokens would still be dead.
Yeah.
So I don't have a solution for it off the top of my head right now, but I need to figure one out.
It's the death card, the tarot card one. It sends the beastie to the limbo, but does it nullify the contract effect? You might have to do Dingbell.
I don't know.
With some dark.
I don't know if there's anything that nullifies the contract.
There's one that I can remember.
Well, it's when you're countering. So like when you're doing like dampen, just for an example, dampen doesn't allow the spell to actually go through. Death is technically, I think Ian's correct. I think death is actually the one card that counters a beastie from coming out.
Because it never like hits the arena or something technically.
Yeah,
it
like basically blocks the spell or the whatever from coming out.
So death's first effect, which you have to show the tarot card for, is you may contract the spell at any time A beastie is being contracted. Do not resolve any effects of a beastie page being contracted and place it in the limbo.
Well, yeah, you just found my answer right there then.
There's your answer.
I love that. Thank
So that's
you.
that's a 3 cost card though. So I believe it's 1 neutral, 2 dark.
It's workable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's workable. All right. So yeah, I'm still gonna try it for Dingbells. I think Dingbells has its place again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And, honestly, this is very specific. You're not going to find this in most decks.
No, you won't. No, it's 2 light, 2 water. It's pretty split down the middle. It's going to be somebody who's playing a water light deck specifically, probably. But yeah, it's also going to be trouble for my effigies, possibly. Oh, wait. Nope. Beastie tokens.
Yeah, it's very specific to beasties and tokens, which I mean the token thing is like it's good. It's very, very specific to what's going on because my decks don't
I love
necessarily
token
have
decks.
that many tokens.
I love token
Of
decks,
course,
yeah.
they're great.
It's a great way to
Spam.
so it's a good way to swarm the deck without swarm the board without using cards from your spellbook. So you could swarm it with more cards than you have, essentially. Instead of like my deck is exactly 40 cards, but if I use my effigies and my gassies and stuff like that, I could have used like 70 cards in a game or something like that potentially, and I could have like 14 effigy tokens out and stuff like that, that those 14 cards are not in my deck. So I love that. So this card is just bad for me, basically. But yeah, then it gets rid of all beasties in the arena with an aura cost of 2 or less, and sends it back to that whoever that owner's chapter is.
Which screws all your tokens over anyways.
Yeah, that would also true.
Yeah, that would just make them go away.
But what is
the tokens would be destroyed by that point.
What is an Utabe?
Yeah, which is kind of like
pendant?
a double. Like, why am I doing it twice?
Well, because
I guess it's
not everything's a token.
Yeah,
you could your Napa Rebobs go back to your hand.
Sometimes my
Black
brain
Dogs go
needs to
back to your
catch
hand.
up with our conversation. It's okay.
So
but let's remind everyone that you're the only one that made it to top 32 in Caster's Cup.
yeah.
Right? With my eyes closed. What am I doing, guys?
Ian, do you know what an Utabe pendant is? Is that just like what she's wearing on her head?
Well, a pendant would be like a necklace, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So what the heck is an
There's
Utabe?
probably another card.
It says if you were wearing.
If you're wearing one.
And
Oh, never mind. It is a 4th wall ability, so maybe there's a specific.
well, the first part just happens no matter what. Destroy all BC tokens. Then the second part is if you were wearing an Utabe pendant, place all opposing BCs in the arena with an aura cost of 2 or less into their owner's chapter. And then, if a real rainbow is within eyesight, place all non-aura pages opposing casters' control into their chapters. That's wild.
Yeah. So a pendant is like a piece of jewelry that hangs from a necklace. So you would, if you Googled, Utabe or Utabe pendant.
There are some.
You'll find like Etsy sellers that are selling
I'm
this
seeing
kind
it.
of stuff.
Dude. So this is actually a deity. You know what else is a deity?
Oh man, I was trying to think of it when you first said it.
7 Thunders.
That is it.
Those are those have tribal boosts.
They do have tribal boost.
Only to deity.
Are you going to
So-
play Light Water Lightning?
I was just gonna ask that.
Hey man, these dual auras. I'm just gonna chop it up.
I will say
don't know.
it wouldn't be the first 3 aura deck I've seen. It wouldn't be.
True.
And if I play at least one, Then I can do Rolling Thunder, play for 1 less. Rolling Thunder, 1 less. Then I can just start playing them all. Or I can do Call the Storms and go grab them. And then just like use it as like a drop. I don't know. And that's super gross. All of that. What I just said. Nobody listened to anything I just said. I say a lot of things because I run through a lot of different scenarios. But I like it's deity. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's the first one we've seen since UFO.
Yeah, no, it is. I was trying to think when you were reading the card initially. I was trying to think in my head. I was like, "We know another one,"
Yep.
And that's it. As soon as you said it, yep. Deadly, how do you feel about this attack?
Like I said when we were going over it, these Terra bonus boosts. Like, first off, it can be super aggressive if you have a bunch of beasties with all those Terra bonuses. And you plan on attacking with them that turn because, it's very, very methodical on, like, when I attack with what and how. So this is like I'm going to, ram everybody with everything?
Yeah. For
an extra 20 on each of them. So I think it has its like, benefit, but I don't think it's as crazy as maybe it sounds. Like, it's like this long list. Look at all of these Terra bonuses that we're given plus 22. And I'm just thinking in my head, actually, I like it for the light elementals.
I was gonna, yeah.
Because that makes them 50, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging for 50 if they have daytime. But it's end of turn, so it's like you get this beastie off the board and you're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking too with the. So I think the attack is kind of weak. So I think for a drop. So I think you really have to be.
And a duel.
Yeah, exactly. I think you really have to be using the Terras for this to be viable.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, if you have 2 Terras in place, if you have specifically if you have sun or daytime and raining in place, let's say. And Utabe is going against a Humpledumple. She one-hits it. 30 plus the 40 for the rain brings it to 70, plus 20 extra for daytime brings it to 90, and then another 40 for the aura advantage for both earth and dark.
Yeah.
So, one shot of Humpledumple is kind of nice.
so the way I like what you were just saying there, because what I was thinking was, and we've mentioned it in the past before, how Mike has came out publicly in the past, right after Caster's Cup pretty much, and said that he wants to make the Terra bonuses stronger and things like that. Because he was a little disappointed after Caster Cup that nobody was building to like the pseudo environments. So something like this, I feel like, encourages you to throw that Terra in your deck, use different Terras, build around different Terras, things like that. And, like I was saying, like, in my opinion, this would go in more of a split deck, but it gives it the possibility to go with the Chessie deck. It gives it the possibility to go with a River of Time, type of deck. It gives it the possibility of going with, like Deadly was saying, the light elementals and a lot of things for light use daytime. So I like how it's kind of encouraging you to like use stuff that has that Terra. Hey, you want an extra bonus? We got the bonus for you, and now your Terras are worth more. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool. I think we're kind of seeing what Mike was saying about come true now in a way. And I like that. Like, it might not be the best attack in the world, but this is the first card that we're seeing in the set, and that's a good sign for the rest of the set, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that, even though it's going to destroy all my ding bells and my what other tokens I plan on building.
I feel like there was already counters for ding bell.
Oh man, there were.
There was already a handful.
So I stopped using ding bells when Tiny Island came out,
Yeah.
But no one freaking plays Tiny Island. I'm safe to use my ding bells again. I feel like,
There's too many things to counter against now with fourth walls and anything like that.
Yeah.
That it's hard to really cover all of them. It really is.
I wouldn't even have the space on my side deck for Tiny Island anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not on my radar.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, Ian, you're gonna start trying to build a new token deck, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I haven't decided how it's gonna work yet. But yeah, well, since there's a segue, I just got a Rat King in the mail, and NYC
Ooh,
King.
baby.
So I traded a NFT token for that. That's a good trade.
I love that rat. It's one of my
I'm really
favorite
excited.
cards. It's literally one of my favorite cards.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out how viable it is before I decide to open it. Is kind of where I'm at. But I'm definitely kicking around some ideas. What I was talking to MJ about earlier today, and I forgot the name of the card, but it came out in the Seance release event decks. There's a card that you have to attack. Your opponent has to attack your beasties with traps under them. I don't remember the name of it.
That's yeah.
But the way that the Rat King works is your beasties with 10 LP or less have to be attacked for the nullify to work. So it nullifies the first attack against anything with 10 or less LP. So you need to find ways to force your opponent to attack your NYC King, your rat tokens, your other cards that are 10 LP, like your chibis.
Oh, there's Chibi Playground. Nullifies all first attacks on all chibis, I think.
I'm going with the
trap one,
the Rat King effect, right? So if you could use that card to force your opponent to attack trap cards, you can force them to attack your 10 LP beasties to then basically kind of, in a sense, negate their attack.
So then they can't attack caster. They have to attack the beastie, and it nullifies it.
Exactly. So it's still early concept, still playing around with it. I don't know how viable it is. So I'm looking for traps that are low LP as well to go with that. But yeah.
What about Beaver Shark? He nullify, and then you just flip it over and you're like, nope, end combat.
Nullified.
Well, you don't want to end combat, right? Because you're nullifying their attack, so you still get to attack back.
No, but Beaver Shark ends combat.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to end combat.
It'd be the second one, though. Because it nullifies, and then it would nullify the first attack on a trap, right?
Because the trap would take the trap
would flip.
Yeah, the trap flips, and then the trap takes the damage and would be the thing swinging back.
Yep.
So with that, it's like Beaver Shark swings, and then the other thing does not swing back at Beaver Shark. Essentially.
Wait a second.
Am I doing this wrong? So I don't know traps that well.
No. You may have said it right. But let me just make this like more clear for myself. So
I was trying to play it out in my head. Yeah.
Into Rat King with a trap under it, and you have what? Are you talking about? Well, first off, that dude you're talking about, that water dude, he makes you attack a trap card first. Yeah. Or it's the mermaid. The mermaid makes you attack a card that has a trap underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're saying that the first attack on Rat King or NYC Rat would be nullified, right?
Yeah.
So if it's nullified, then you can't physically, you're not targeting it. Like, then would you even actually flip over the trap? Would it initiate the trap to be flipped if you're nullifying even the target?
Nullify is different than end combat, though, right? So nullify.
Yeah, but
nullify means like the attack doesn't even go through. It's just.
Yeah, so no trap would ever flip if the attack never, or would it still go through because you targeted?
Ooh.
Because I don't think any of it would happen. I think that it's like a Smoky Spirits. Like if basically,
MZO
if it says
debate down in the
nullify
comments.
attack, then I would say that the target would never actually latch on, never
just doesn't
forcing
even-
the person to
yeah.
flip the trap.
That's
And then when they swing at it again, this is where
Then
my
the-
thing
then
comes
the
in. They
trap
have Beaver
initiates.
Shark will flip, and then it ends combat, so you get away twice without being attacked on racking. That's what I was saying. But
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe the target, the trap flips up.
so you're
Because-
saying
sorry, I don't think it does though.
so you're saying dark water though is the way to go if you have racking. Gotcha.
I don't know. I haven't decided. And a lot of it comes down to the word. I mean, this is a lot of uncommon wording with NYC King.
Yeah. No, it
So
is.
it's okay. Navigate what the what the card actually means and how to actually use its effects. And
Yeah.
you know, what does a spell book with a bunch of 10 LP or less beasties look like? There's not a lot. You know, there's Chibi
No.
Bunnyman. There's Chibi. There's one of the other.
There's a
Chibis.
full set of Chibis.
Yeah,
Chibi
but they're
Piazza,
They're
Chibi
not-
Manihune.
I don't think they're not all 10 LP or less.
No,
Some are 5.
some are 15.
Yeah, some are 15.
15.
Yeah,
So it has to be
Um,
50, it has to be 10 or less.
10 or less. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So
And there are some non chibis that are as well. Like I've made this deck before with exploding rabbits. Like a racking deck with exploding rabbits before. There's been a few variations. I know Deadly's been there through my BS deck building trying to make that card viable, but now there's a lot more cards out.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's definitely use.
2 more sets
for
came
that
out at
rack.
least. Yeah, at least 2 more sets have came out since.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm sure everybody watching this knows that I was not prepared to talk about that.
yeah.
The other idea that I've had that I was floating, in my head right before we started filming this is Dark Spirit with CN Walking Sam. So throw some lightning in the bottles in there as well. Copy your NYC King a few times. Attack with the copies to generate a bunch of rat tokens.
It's
Because
not
the
bad.
copies would still create the 2 rat tokens on attack.
Yeah, they would. I like that idea, actually. That's pretty clever. Well,
Interesting.
Ian, would you like to read to us our second spoiler?
When I find it,
If you find it.
give me 1 second. No, I think this one's in the socials. It wasn't actually shared directly on the server. Yeah, here it is. This one is called, hey look, they have this handy dandy how to pronounce a thing. Tupilock. Tupilock. And it is from the Inuktitut? I'm probably not saying.
Inuit.
Oh, it's Inuit. Okay, cool.
Inuit.
It's different in the flavor text. I blame.
So wait, hold
it's-
on,
it's
wait a
Inuit.
minute. Does this say it's from
Tupilock.
Greenland?
It does say it's from Greenland.
Isn't
Nuke
what?
Greenland.
I thought this was a North America set.
Don't ask questions. So this is a Beastie Demon 4 per spellbook. 1 drop dark for 50 LP, which is pretty great in my opinion. Honestly.
1 drop 50? Yeah.
Yeah. It has Terra bonus for... You guys are going to have to help me out here. What's the one that's a seashell?
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah.
And nighttime. So Ocean gives it 10 extra damage. Nighttime, 10 extra LP. And I love the contract effect on this beastie because if you have something that's hard to take out on the field, this is incredibly useful knowing what your opponent is playing, either actively playing in the arena or what they could be playing that you're kind of afraid of. So the contract effect is secretly write down the name of a beastie on a piece of paper and place it under this beastie. So when you get to the power called Revenge, if an opposing beastie with the same name you placed under this beastie damaged you last turn, destroy that beastie and this beastie. So the way you kind of use that together would be to, say you have an opponent with a power-up redded, I don't know, cement worm, and you want to make it so they're not going to attack you with it. You contract Tupilock, write down cement worm, place it under the beastie, and then you leave it up as a defender. So when they come to attack you with the cement worm, you can block. No, that would kill you. I am I'm getting ahead of
No.
myself.
So
I'm getting ahead of myself because of the other thing that how I would keep 2P Lock alive.
it needs to damage you, the
Yeah.
caster.
Yeah.
You the caster?
It didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it doesn't specify. It says
Oh.
you, and you is always determined as the caster.
So here's my thing. I like it,
Oh.
but I don't think it's as good as people think it was initially reading it. Probably even, no offense to you.
No, offense to me. Offense to me.
But
Yeah, stupid plan, bro.
no, because
It was.
because like
It was.
here's like, and this one's just fresh in my memory, so this one's burning me deep right now. But yesterday I got beaten terribly by Slide Rock Boulder. And the reason it was beating
As
me,
you should.
yeah, the reason it was, I mean, it's one of the strongest species in my opinion. If it gets out there, it's trouble. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I was having trouble the whole game getting aura out, and then Slide Rock came out and just got rid of all my aura. I had only 3 of them, turn 8 or
Yep.
whatever. I only had 3 of them still, and by now turn 9, I had 2 of them. By turn
Yep. And did they have cairns out so they could heal Slide Rock back up?
Yes, 100% they did. They had 2 of them out. So
Love it.
so this card, like, initially reading it, I was thinking the same thing as you. Like, okay, sweet. Like, I could get rid of
completely read it
something.
Yep.
I could get rid of something real quick and easy, and this is great, and da 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 da. And that card was burrowed, and now I could but it's not attacking me. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, so there will be times where this does come in handy, but I don't think it's going to be something common and regular in a way.
So the way that I was thinking, and I got ahead of myself with what I was explaining, so I did get the power wrong, but
Yeah.
throwing activated Indrid Mask in a spellbook with this to give it Immortal, so that it does,
Baby.
they
That would
can't just
be-
take out the Tupalock.
Yeah.
So that would still work.
Nice.
No, yeah. The card is still definitely going to be playable, especially even just one for 50. Just 1 for 50 is a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By that I mean a 1 drop 50 LP.
The attack's kind of weak.
The attack is kind of weak.
I
I'm
guess
not
that's
Go ahead.
pretty
with
average.
this.
Yeah, that's pretty
Deadly,
average.
Yeah,
Deadly
I'm
wants to
wrong,
say
yes.
something.
Sorry.
I'm not swinging with this thing. This thing is literally in my deck. It's in my deck for the specific purpose of the power. So basically what I do is I pick this up and you just swung at me with Father Sam. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, oh, all right. As long as you pair it with a lightning in a bottle or something that will awaken it that turn, then you boom, you just kill it. It's a one-shot kill.
Yep.
It's a 1-drop that duels as a 50 LP, 20 base attack. And I basically can kill anything out on the board as long as I have a lightning in a bottle.
I explain this
Wow.
again. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I was not.
So-
No,
I
don't
lost
explain it.
somewhere.
Don't explain
No,
it. I want him to be surprised when we use it against him.
So it's a 1-drop dark, MJ. It's a 1-drop dark. It's a beastie. You got all that. If you draw it and you have it in your hand or whatever, as long as you pair it with a lightning in a bottle in your hand, then you wake it up.
Anything from the past turn. I got you. Yep.
Yes.
I
Then
gotcha.
immediately, if you swung at me, it's like I already know you swung at me.
I
I'm
got
like,
you.
all right,
Okay,
lightning in
that's
a bottle,
that's the
one
part.
dark.
That's the part that I was missing. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
That's strong
no,
in my
yes.
opinion.
No, that can be. I wasn't even thinking of it like that. But
Super
yes.
strong. Because if you have 4 of them in there and then you use all your lightning in the bottles for that almost specifically, or
Yeah.
just as like, versatility, you can use it for it, or you can use it for something else to kill something off. But that card,
No. Yeah.
I like a lot.
I could see that. The way you just described it, which now probably is its best use. Yes.
It's good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty good. See,
No, but Ian had a very good point with making everything indestructible or
that was awesome too. Yes. No, that was.
immortal. That is a very good idea with the
We're-
Indrid Mass.
So
As far as I'm aware, it's the only way currently to add Immortal, right?
well, also just regular injured.
Just
There's
yeah.
Indrid. There's a couple cards that give it to themselves if you do like
A possum,
Trick,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like giraffe possum.
You take away
right.
one thing, you give it Immortal.
But yeah, so I think that now that we're on that, I think that they're setting up stuff to kind of be like played with all these little mini sets that are coming out. Not necessarily like setting it up like for that purpose, but it's giving us the option to use all these things. So like I haven't seen any of the Halloween cards in a deck yet functionally. That's doing well and everything, but yeah, like you just said, now like this is a good reason to bring that out. That would be amazing to give this guy Immortal and just keep doing that essentially, possibly, or they're gonna be at like a standstill eventually in a way, you know. They'll have to attack caster eventually.
I don't think I've gone back to a single Aura spellbook since Seance came out because I really want to play around with duels, but I would totally put this into just a straight dark like I originally started with. Yeah,
I could see that. I really could. I haven't done any single Aura decks either, actually.
I could see this being, this is base. Think about Nappa. Nappa's a 1-drop. This is finally like a.
You'll be able to swarm some
one that
dark
does
beasties.
Something good.
You'll be able to swarm some dark beasties now with the 1-drops, and you'll be able to have some like. I don't know, like you'll get them to function and work together, honestly, that's how I like to structure decks. I like to structure decks around. I'm like the opposite. A lot of people choose like a high cost beastie, and they're like, I like this big beast. I want to build a deck around it. I'm like, what could I get out there quick? So I look at the 1-drops first, and if there's something working with 1-drops, I'm going for that aura type, whatever it is. And I'm like, that's what I'm building around for some reason. Like when the Greys came out with UFO, that was the deck I built, and that's the deck I was winning with because they were 1-drops that allowed me to bring out more 1-drops for free.
That was a fun spell book.
So this makes dark look way more appealing to me because I'll be able to swarm some dark beasties faster for the first time in a way. There was only a couple 1-drop dark beasties till this point.
I was just thinking as you were talking there that this power goes really well with Sentry Box Devil. So if you have the one with Immortal, you're not only destroying the beastie that you've written the name of, you're destroying this one, which then destroys another of their beasties.
Yeah.
It would
do well with that. It's a 2-for-1.
It sounds like to me like Sentry Box is only going to get more of a problem in the future. So if you are unfamiliar with Sentry Box at this moment and you play the game, you might want to get yourself familiar with Sentry Box Devil. Because
he's Immortal. Just know that. At least one of them is.
It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be more of a nuisance in the future than it is currently.
I love Sentry Box Devil.
Yeah, so does Deadly.
That was
one of my favorites. That
was the first spellbook I think I made with when it came out.
Yeah.
No, I think I was making that because I saw that cool mechanic of like sacking.
It has its place already. You know what I mean? But I think, and it's annoying already. Granted, I was able to beat it, I think, every time I played you, Deadly, but that was just the one version of the deck or whatever when Seance first dropped.
It was early on,
yeah, you know what I mean? But it was annoying at the same time. Like the whole time, even though I was winning, it was annoying. So, like I'm saying, in the future, I think it's going to be annoying and winning. So, it's always best to know what other people might be playing. So like I'm saying to the viewers, like if you don't know Sentry Box, you might want to get to know it because I feel like it's going to be annoying a lot of people in the future.
And then one thing to remember with the Sentry Box too is it has 0 attack, but Spirit is somewhat popular right now, and some people are also playing Spirit Dark. So
what do you mean
Spirit
somewhat,
it gets plus
dude?
20, Spirit Dark somewhat. You know what I mean?
What do you mean
so
somewhat?
It still has an attack against Spirit because of Aura advantage. So it's not just a 0 attack beastie sitting on the field.
It's a 20 attack.
And if you're going up against
and it's dark too,
and
so it would be light as well.
Yep, light, Spirit, and dark. So if it's going up against a Seance Walking Sam, it's doing 40 damage to that Walking Sam. Well, not that I can hit it because that was a bad example because of Spirit. But
Toxic Waters, Toxic Waters attack.
First anniversary.
First anniversary attack.
Chase Gallery.
friendly barbecue token.
Flying. Why do I keep doing this to myself?
Yeah, somebody. The deck I was playing yesterday that was beating me, also had in it, like I was saying, it was Slider Rock Bolter, and it was a Slider Rock Bolter deck with worms, which right there, that's just enough right there, but then there was also Frog in there. And he was like, what do you do with your deck to counter something like Frog? Like, if you just laid out a beastie, I would be able to charm it and everything like that. And my response was, that's what I use my friendly barbecue tokens for with Barbecue Revolutionary Sam. Most people who don't play with me or with somebody who uses Sam regularly doesn't know that those tokens get rid of all traits. So they just leave them. They'll worry about.
Now they do.
Yeah, now they do. The 30 views we get now.
And we love every single one of them. Thank you.
But no, like seriously, most people leave my tokens up there. So if I'm able to swing with Sam a few times, I have a few chances now of getting rid of a beastie's traits and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another option just for people who don't know. So let's see. I don't think we ever read Ian. Did we? No, it's just the 20 attack. We did read its attack, didn't we? It has also. I don't think we did actually. So I'll just take care of that. It's Bloody Trail. It just does a base of 20. With water. With ocean, it will get a bonus of 10. And then it also does plus 20 to water and to frost aura type pages, on top of its normal aura bonus that it would do. So this attack specifically gives it the water and the frost, which is kind of cool as well. I don't think it's that great of an attack, but it'll serve its purpose for sure.
That power is everything.
It is, but it will serve its purpose. Just like, I mean, how many times has like Chibi Mothman been the reason like I died or something like that, and like, just him dinging me for a little bit just chips away and kills me. You know what I mean? So it'll have its purpose at the same time.
I'm looking at this art. I'm trying to figure out. I was looking at the
art. I was looking at the art while you were talking too. I kind of like, to me, honestly, now that you brought it up, it reminds me of Poncho's older work. It reminds me of something more Nightfall-y.
Well, do we? Can we make a guess that this is going to come in? Nope. It's a bronze.
It's possible.
It's not coming in hollow.
It's possible that it was done around that time frame, because there was. Yeah, I was kind of going through the old Discord announcements because I'm preparing a video to kind of talk about everything that's happened this year. Mm-hmm. And one of the first announcements of the year was this diagram with some of the beastie art from like Cryptid Nation and stuff. And there were empty boxes for things like Skinwalker and things that we haven't seen yet. So it's possible that, like the sample cards, and we didn't really see some of the art for the sample cards until UFO, right? With blockheads and UFO and whatnot. It's possible that it was done around the same time as the Nightfall artwork.
It is, yeah, that's true. That is a good point. I just want to also mention, well, first actually, let me ask: is there anything either one of you want to say about this card specifically?
It's got like blood stains on the side, and if you look at look at the back black like border. It's super weird on the inside there with the white. Like, do you see that?
What are you talking about?
No. So on Tupi Lock. If you look, so on like the bookmark thing that comes down on the left side with like the native symbol at the top. Yeah. It's got blood smear on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Just pointing that out.
All the way at the bottom, below like the moon, there's like a little skull face. It looks like too.
On the moon.
Below the moon for the where it says the LP bonus.
It looks like a blood face. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
that's pretty cool.
Blood dripping face.
But I was talking about the black border. So if you look at the red border right behind, like right behind or right next to it,
Yeah.
it's got those like white pyramid, like triangle looking things.
I got you. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks cool. It looks
It
completely different than like the backgrounds that they've had. I don't know.
No, I get you.
Maybe.
They do. I feel like every single set changes that though.
Yeah.
That stuff changes. I do like that they improve. It almost looks like better quality each set almost. But I kind of do wish they would stick to something uniform at the same time.
They do for the set, and then they move on to the next.
Yeah, for the set.
Trying to find some of my older cards I have just to take a look.
So the thing I was gonna say, if we're done talking about Tupi Lock, is that this is also, if this is accurate anyway, which I'm assuming it is because it's the same for both cards. It's the first time that we're seeing that it's 174 cards in the set as well.
Ooh.
I mean,
So
technically we saw that with Utabe, but
yeah, but that's what I mean with these two cards. With these two cards, they both have the same number.
yes. Yeah, and do you know what that 174 is? Because I think I do.
No.
So the last two sets, do you know how big those have been?
No.
The last two. So this one was 165 with seance.
I rely on you to give me all these like
UFO
cryptid
was
clues,
165.
Yeah, I think Wilderness might have been 165 as well.
Nightfall was 163.
Nightfall was 163. CN was 159.
There we go. We got the numbers.
But Wilderness, I think, was 167. So it was the last three sets. So it's 165 plus 9. And we know there's 9 fusion auras. So it's the normal set size and 9 additional fusion auras.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay, so then, now knowing that, I think that answers one of our questions from last week, that they'll probably have Aurifacts still.
Yeah, yeah, and a special aura.
I don't think they're giving up on that.
I don't think so.
Because there's a complete difference between a special aura and an artifact.
I agree.
And those artifact essences have like more, different utility than, just the other ones and the actual auras and the prism auras and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only benefit I could see, it depends on how fusion auras are played. The only benefit I could see to the essences still is that you're not limited to how many per turn you can play.
Well,
I'm cool with that.
Well, you are limited to how many are in the arena.
The artifact essence?
You're limited to, there can only be 2 essences in the arena at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you can play as many. Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that. So the other day, turn 2, I had Casey Jones out because of my essences. You know how great that was? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
I still lost, dude. It was
You killed your Aurifacts and somehow handled Casey Jones, and then you were done.
It was the same Slide Rock Bolter deck. So yeah.
Who'd you play against?
Matrada, Sam. So yeah, he whooped me, dude. He fucking whooped me.
Coming out with a Slide Rock Bolter.
Come to think of it, he's the only person actually with my deck who's beat me 100% of the time with 2 different decks.
He's a master.
He whooped me. He is a master. He whooped me with his water deck, which that one pretty much makes sense, though, honestly. Because I'm mainly a flame deck. So that one's pretty easy for him. But then this one with the earth, it was bad, dude. It was bad. He was just locking me down. You can't use this aura, and I'm going to destroy that aura.
But remember, it only is locked if it's fatigued.
No, yeah. Yeah.
So if you skipped a turn and waited with all your aura up or whatever, I don't know, needed to. There's ways around it. There's but
it was bad.
That is ridiculous.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Well, all right. I think that pretty much wraps it up for these two pretty dope spoilers that we got so far for Native. That's got me excited for the set to come out. So with that, Ian, why don't you tell us about your channel?
I do Cryptid Nation over here. Or Cryptid Nation News. On my screen, it's on this side. Which provides weekly updates about what is going on in the world of Metazoo. I like to think that I'm pretty much in the know of what's going on. But
I rely on you for it.
Thanks. I apologize when I'm wrong. Currently, as of this recording, I am 12 subscribers away from 1,000. So almost there. We'll do a giveaway for something. Or multiple somethings when we get
so if you're not subbed to him yet, you'll find him in the description below. Make sure to sub to that channel.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I really got.
So Deadly, do you have anything you want to say?
These two cards are pretty cool. I'm liking that dark one. I'm not even gonna attempt to say its name until it comes out.
It's out, baby.
I'm excited to play. We have January 1st. Shout out to Meta University. Their tournament's coming up, I think, on the 1st. I've been sitting there kind of laying low, contemplating what I want to play, doing a little practicing. So if you want to come in, play some games, I'll be in the Discord in GP1, Gameplay 1. If I'm not, just tag me and I'll come. Just let me know.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell them what's up for grabs?
So. What's up for grabs? Oh, I don't even know, dude. Honor? Like respect?
Honor. Always honor.
Dignity.
So the grand prize, or the first prize winner, is going to get free Metazoo for a year.
From Immortal Workshop.
from a number of sources.
I'm kidding. Like, that is not true.
Well, no, Immortal is one of the sponsors. There's like 6.
He's part of it. Yes.
Yeah. So it's Immortal, Smoke Squad, Dr. Cards, Medikai, Casters Society, Southern Heat. I think that's all.
TCG Island.
TCG Island. I'm so sorry.
TCG Island.
Sienna, forgive me.
Usually watches this podcast, so thank you, TCG Island.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have it in front of me. I wasn't expecting to talk about this. But I'm not sure who the prize support's coming from exactly, but it's free Metazoo for a year. That doesn't include the side sets. It's the core sets. So one of every SKU for the core sets for the year of 2023. First place is also going to walk away with first place metal booster boxes from all the sets, bunch of swag, MCS points, which is Metaversity's point system that'll go towards the other events that they're going to be running throughout the year. So I don't know if you guys know this yet because I haven't really talked about it on my channel. And I think it's been announced on Metaversity's Instagram. They're going to be doing a number of events throughout the year. That you can earn these points at, and then there's going to be invitationals as well for that's for bigger
that's
events.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's a lot going on with Metaversity, so definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, so like Deadly mentioned, he plays in the Discord all the time. So if you're interested in joining a Discord or participating in some games via the internet, you'll find a link to our Discord in the description below. Hang out, ask us questions, learn how to play the game with us, everything like that. We're happy to do anything Metazoo related. There's a channel for pretty much anything. We also have like a buy, sell, trade channel, different things like that. So it's a pretty cool little Discord that we got going. But with that being said, also, like I mentioned earlier in the video, Immortal Workshop does sponsor this channel, and he is also going to be hosting for us a giveaway for this channel. So if we could get this YouTube channel to 250 subscribers, we will be giving away to one lucky participant in the giveaway via our Discord a Wilderness Revive box, unopened, everything like that. So
Wilderness Revive skateboard.
I don't even have one. Honestly, I didn't
Neither.
I didn't partake in the drop, and I'm very much regretting it because it's the first one with the hollow boards.
It's got a snipe. Wait, it has hollow
And it
borders?
has a snipe.
What?
Hollow
Yeah, the
boards, yeah.
boards are hollow. Yes, they got hollow print in the boards.
Oh, the boards.
Boards are sick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's pretty dope.
I'm
So
excited.
I would love a hollow snipe board. Don't even get
You
me
go
started.
board slide down the high school rail.
Yeah. I got 3 of the UFO ones, and I'm like, damn, I should have saved. Gotten
You might be able to trade, dude.
gotten a wilderness one.
Trade.
But yeah, so if you want to win a Wilderness Revive box from Immortal Workshop, all you got to do is sub to this channel and join the Discord, pretty much. And once we hit 250 members on the YouTube, we'll be throwing up that giveaway in the Discord. So help us get to that 250, and hopefully you win a Revive box. With that being said, though, that's all the announcements I had for this week. I think that's all the announcements you guys had for this week as well. So we appreciate everybody for watching. If there's anything we got wrong or anything you want to let us know, just let us know down in the comments below. And we appreciate everybody for being here. So with that, we'll catch you next time. If
100%. Just let us know what we messed up.
Yeah, we're always messing up something. But yeah, we'll catch everybody next week, guys. Have a good one.
See you.